Hey people, Indra here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. It's a bunch of Space Marines. First up, Overtly Gemerous as an Apothecary and another Apothecary. Where's he? There he is, Paranoid Kamikaze. These guys are support heroes fighting in melee combat by default. Begin with a heal, a passive health regeneration aura alongside Stuck in Quarantine as a Techmarine starts off with a bolt gun. Can also support with structures and repair. Not sure why he shifted around there. Maybe to shoot at something. Red team, couple of Plague Champions. Aeonid, Thiel, and Shloopy Business. These guys start with a bolt gun that does damage over time. Can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. Can also repair. Death God Elite scheme for Shloopy Business, starting with double Heretics. And rounding off the teams is Gomer Pyle as a Lictor Alpha. Melee specialist can infiltrate and disrupt some powerful offense and a bit of support in on some tactical Marines, Hormagaunts and Heretics following up. Bad place for those fellas to be. Overtly throws the heal in. Might have saved one of those models there actually. Overtly seems to be switching to the south. And that might be because of this power. They want to double the power. Yep, Flamer on the way for the Tactical Marines. Double Termagants for Gomer Pyle. Double CSM for Aeonid Thiel. And Shloopy Business might have trouble holding on here with only double Heretics in play. Looks like they're going to come out swinging with Havocs or Raptors or something. Most likely Havocs. Maybe Havocs into Raptors. Yep, Havocs on the way. Maybe they'll come out in time to defend the power. Flamer is up, as you can see, roasting some Hormagaunts. Not sure where the Lictor is. They are harassing Marines in the mid. Paranoid Kamikaze is not happy with this. Says hello with the chainsword. And those Marines on melee, and they do get the Lictor Alpha out of there. So is something... Yeah. Aeonid Thiel is pushing the north because Overtly's not here to defend it. I guess there's some scouts coming in. But they got at least one gen down. Seems like Stuck in Quarantine is reacting to this now. Has a master crafted bolt gun in hands. And there's Kraken bolts popped on those Marines. That was a bad fight to try and take though. Double CSM here. What are you trying to do? Melee them. Lost a couple of Marines. They're just trying to defend the power, I guess. Meanwhile, in the south, did they bash this? The node has taken some damage, but Havocs are in play now. So are Heretics. Oh, look at that. Overtly has got Purification Vials. Typically, we'd see Purification Rites and a Sanguine Chainsword, where we typically see a customized Stormbolter. A new build here for Overtly. More scouts on the way for Paranoid Kamikaze, who has some Devastators as well, with a Heavy Bolter. Looks like they're backing off here. They don't want to get caught setting up, so they're trying to set up first. Marines dropped a model for Paranoid Kamikaze. I wonder if the Vials was in response to seeing those double Heretics and, of course, a bunch of Tyranids. I mean, right still would have been good. Tax with their fast capping, trying to grab that wreck point. They're quite low, though. And looks like Overtly has used the heal recently because of their energy levels, but it might be because they're throwing Vials around. I think Vials have a pretty low energy cost. Unless it was changed. I think it was like 35 energy at one point. Double CSM with Eternal War and Aspiring Champion Heretics for Aeonid Thiel. They're coming out swinging. Wasn't this fella... And there's Mucus Discharge. Wasn't this guy an Ultramarines cloak? Like Great Crusade Heresy era? And he wanted to study like how to fight other Marines, which turned out to be very useful, I guess. I don't know if he actually did that. So I think everyone freaked out at him. Why do you want to study fighting other Marines, you weirdo? Overtly Gemerous' Apothecary has fallen over level 2. Done some good work with those Vials already, I guess. Here's the Assault Squad of Stuck in Quarantine. Double CSM Flee. I thought they were going to stay in melee with those Assault Marines a bit there, but scouts were coming in for Overtly with shotguns and a Sergeant, which means a frag grenade, and he's pretty good at using them, Overtly. Warrior Brood up here for Gomer Pyle, supported by some friendly Havocs. They've pushed onto the power. Oh hey, double Sniper Scouts for Kamikaze. Apothecary, 7 hit points, makes it out. And this guy gets Purification Rites and also the Sanguine Chainsaw. 2 Brawler Apothecaries with their chainsaws that heal on hit. And, you know, are on fire as well, because why not? Raptors on the field for Shloopy. Anything else for those Plague champions? Hey, Plague Sword and Fetid Armor, fully kitted out in Tier 1. Aeonid Thiel, they might regret not having... Well, I guess they can always switch to the Fist. But this map is often a meat grinder, as 3v3 maps often are when there's a central contested victory point. So the Fist with Pestilent Strike might be useful later on to get those caps. You can always switch your war gear, but of course you need to pay. Looks like red team are going to get the mid. Assault squad don't drop a model. Stuck and Gomer Pyle. There's 2 central players go tier 2. Did they get anything? Oh, they got feeder tendrils up. A power weapon that heals on hit. And I don't think, yeah, no upgrades for those guys. So only spent power on the feeder tendrils, which is probably 30. And the warrior brutes, so not big expense. Oh wow, awesome grenade on those heretics. Only the aspiring champion remains, and they flee. Some good power bashing from Overtly Gemerous. The Plague champion leaves them alone. Leaves it to the Lictor Alpha to deal with, I guess. And some Hormagaunts which are trying to reinforce. Termagants with only 2 models as well. Not sure why they came back out of base. Maybe they don't care about using them. Now here's where the Plague Sword shines. Counter-initiating heavy infantry troops such as these Assault Marines, ignoring their melee resistance and creating zombies. You just saw a zombie assault squad. They actually got to jump it before it dies. Techmarine. Master crafted bolt gun in play. That high-powered shot. 386 to 420 on the VPs. And they're on the power. Double CSM with a ton of war is not a terrible bashing force. Plague champion backs off. Get some Nurgle worship going, I say. Or not. I guess that was a preemptive Vial throw to keep the Tyranids away. There's some Nurgle worship. Giving Aeonid Thiel's infantry, well, all of their units actually, health regen. Grenade. Never run up on scouts with a grenade in melee. I don't know how those fellas made it out, but they did. Aspiring champions in now for the double CSM. Very vulnerable to a vehicle hit is Aeonid, but they have the support of Gomer Pyle, who may be going straight tier 3 here. They're actually floating. Techmarine falls over. Assault squad now have their sergeant and they jump the double CSM. But those guys could just both go into melee stance and mess up the assault squad quite badly. Heretics taking quite a lot of damage. Those guys were getting a mark in the middle of combat there, which they shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I don't know why they jumped in. Gotta wait for some help. Zombie assault squad fella jumping in, disrupting things. Decapping their natural power here. Look at this. Shloopy business calling too. Oh, they've stolen the other power. Overtly being very sneaky. Completely abandoning the top. Noding this power now. There's tier 3 for Gomer Pyle. That could be some very quick carnifexes coming in. Just lost their own power though, and now the attacks decap the VP. 319 to 420. Plasma Cannon says hello. That could be a nasty hit. Nope, hits terrain. Scouts are decapping under infiltration there. Hormagaunts seem confused. There we go. They got close enough to spot them. And almost wiped them out, actually. It's incredibly close. Got down to 8 hit points there, I believe. Hormagaunts chicken out of that little push. But the warrior brood is in there. They have that passive leap into melee, which is very useful for disruption. Power melee talons as well. Should get revived here, the Techmarine, quite easily. Just needs to wait a bit. Meanwhile, Blue team still harassing down in the, that's the southwest. Got that VP capped. We've got some chosen Plague Marines now for Aeonid Thiel. Raptors suppressing on landing. Those guys got the heal, but of course, there was no purification rights with it. And there's armor of the Apothecary. I wonder if they'll switch to the customized Stormbolter. Is that double Mark of Zinch, fellas? It is. Pumping out those Inferno bolts. Getting the Apothecary to leave. Heretics on capping duty. And there is a Chaos Dreadnought for Shloopy business. Having to bash their own power to get it back here. Looks like they're bashing it for the second time, actually. It's been repurchased, look. Don't bash your gens, bud. Just bash the node. What are they doing? There we go, they're bashing a node again. Double sniper scouts come in to mess up the Raptors, who have their aspiring champion. It's that very impressive looking demonic maul thing. These guys seem very confused. Can't quite, there we go. Raptors, no. Havocs, no. Hormagaunts are capping. Flesh hook and autocannons flying in on those scouts. Poor fellas. But they do get away. There's tier 3 for Paranoid. Stuck in quarantine as a Dreadnought. With assault cannon could be incredibly effective in the mid here. Carnifex on the way now for Gomer Pyle. Plague Marines on the way for Aeonid Thiel. Those guys have a missile launcher to help counter that Dreadnought. I guess they saw it. Trying to steal this contested power here. Looks like it. Aeonid Thiel's not happy. And they show no fear is popped, giving them defensive bonuses. Able to get the decap. But yeah, they can't get the cap. It does mean that Aeonid is going to need to retake it though. Apothecary heals himself. There's that assault cannon. Plasma cannon would have been a great shot on those double CSM. There's the barrage. Decent hits on those chosen Plague Marines. Another good plasma cannon hit there. Heretics off the field. There's the Nurgle's Rot, which allows you to get zombies off all your kills. That's from the chosen Plague Marines. Yeah, those double CSM got messed up. His Plague Marines with the missile launcher. These chosen Plague Marines with damage over time knives and a passive damage aura around them. Dreadnought's getting las cannoned now. Mark of Zinch on these Havocs. Might go down. Assault Squad trying to get on the Plague Marines, but the las cannon gets one more shot and gets it done. Plague Marine smells some Assault Squad blood there. Loves to go after them with the sword. Paranoid Kamikaze with Terminators in play. Storm Bolters and Power Fist. They can teleport as well. There it is, but they cannot retreat. Where's the Carnifex? There it is. Venom Cannon in play. Making short work of generators. And stuck in quarantine is down to an Assault Squad. That is it. I don't know what happened to their Marines. I see a bunch of bodies over there. I guess that's where it happened. Warrior Brood, I think are going to be alright. Yes, they are. Dreadnought backing up the Carnifex. Las Cannon in play as well. Maybe it can get some shots on the Terminators, but it's not super easy to hit those guys these days. They used to be large targets, so anti-vehicle weapons could hit them, but that was changed. Now they're medium targets. Lictor Alpha, quite low. Yeah, can't really afford to tie up those Terminators because they've got those Power Fists. They'll hit you quite hard. The Plague Champion of Shloopy business, now with a Plague Fist. Also, Armor of Pestilence, so he's a tough boy that can hit you pretty hard. Pestilence Strike is a great defensive ability as well. There's Aura of Decay, knocking back that Apothecary. Level 3, this guy. They've gone for Armor of Purity. More healing. Dreadnought's really far forward here. Missile launcher attacks. Any other anti-vehicle, though? Not really. These guys don't have a melter bomb even. Dreadnought gets away safely, as does the Carnifex. They don't overstay their welcome on that side. They've taken back the northern tower as well. Blue team in a really tough spot. Overtly gets Terminators in play. Trying to push that south side again. Raptors can jump the missile launcher marines or maybe the double scouts back there. And there's a Noxious Cloud. Is that double grenade launcher heretics? It is. Raptors trying to go after the Apothecary, but they're getting kind of messed up, and that was a nasty wild throw. Surely they were looking for that. I mean, I wasn't, because I'm a dum-dum. But that was a good throw. Now this Dreadnought's in big trouble. Power Fist, as I said, and missile launch attacks doing a good job. Moving them as soon as they shoot. Cyclone missile barrage there. Don't think it got any hits in. Threw up the Pestilent Strike just in case. And that is a paroxysm from the Neurothrope. Good thing to have when you're facing Terminators and just heavy infantry in general. Terminators are super heavy infantry, but they are also vulnerable to psychic attacks, which is what that Neurothrope does. Warrior Brood need to flee. I think they're going to be okay. Yes. Lictor Alpha should have stayed in play, though, I think. Might have been a sticky retreat there. Plague Champion gets away okay. Level 2. Stuck in Quarantine now has Vanguard Veterans. Okay, no Melter Bomb for you guys, I guess. And a Plasma Cannon. Typically a good way to recover in a 3v3 is by getting set-up teams, because they're always useful. Missile Barrage. Few hits on the Carnifex there. Carnifexes do have vehicle armor. Can they wipe these gens? Is it even worth trying to? Or should they back up and try to stabilize in the mid? What is that energy effect over there? Oh, I think that was Spirit Leech. They were stealing energy from the Apothecary with the Neurothrope. Need help? Asks Aeonid Thiel. I mean, it's a 2v2 fight, right? But here comes the Plague Champion of Aeonid. Aeonid? I don't know how I'm meant to say it. Big old flank. Have those Terminators used their retreat already? They are not going to like these Inferno Bolts. Not going to like that power melee from the Plague Champion and the Chosen Plague Marines either. Are they going to survive here? Nope. They got wrecked really quickly. Got a zombie Terminator out of it. Doing like 40 DPS or something with that Stormbolter. There is the high-powered shots suppressing the Chosen Plague Marines, but since they are Plague Marines, they're not affected as much as other troops by suppression. Ouch. Red team seem to be way ahead here. Like 250 VBs ahead on their rosters. We now have a Thornback Carnifex to join the party. Blue team have that central VP though. They have the 2-to-1. And more Terminators. From Stuck in Quarantine. Immediately get hit by a Paroxysm. And a Spirit Leech. Look at the DPS they're doing to that Neurothrope here. Needs to be careful. Throws up the shield. No, he doesn't get a shield these days, does he? When that guy was first added to the game as Doom of Malantai, they had a shield. A long time ago, though. Oh, look at this. We do see a customized Stormbolter for Overtly Gemerous. Are they trying to melee this Dreadnought? What are they doing? Oh, they're sprinting forward to chuck a grenade. Raptors should be alright. Plasma gun for these Tactical Marines now. Bunch of repairs for the Dreadnought. Plague Champion and Double Heretics all repairing there. 122 to 339. Ouch. And a grenade. And they still survive. But they don't survive the shotgun blasts afterward. Some Chaos Terminators now in play. For who? For Aeonid Thiel. And they got a zombie Vanguard Veteran, it seems. That's a lot. That's a lot of firepower. Do they want to replace the heretics though? I think it's worth doing. Nurgle worship on top of all of that stuff would be amazing. Apothecary is confused. Doesn't like getting spirit leeched. Chucks a grenade out and runs. Level 7. Both his allied heroes are down. How far up is, yeah, Kamikaze is quite far forward. Land Raider Redeemer on the field for Paranoid Kamikaze. Amazing tool to have in a team game. All of your allies can use it as a reinforcement and retreat point. Gives you incredible field presence, but that is a Tyranids formation from Gomer Pyle. Mostly dodged. Those Marines got hit pretty hard by it, but they get a heal. And the red team make short work of this Land Raider. They have the tools for it. 2 Carnifex, a las cannon, Chaos Terminators, and those Plague Marines. Can it survive the barrage of damage? There's a paroxysm again. It does slightly slow you down as well, I believe. That paroxysm aura. Great unclean one on the way, on the field actually, for Shloopy business. It's a 1-to-1 cap. The Land Raider survives. Blue team still under huge threat though. There's the great unclean one. Passively damages nearby enemies, much like the chosen Plague Marines do. Got some nasty abilities, such as some vomit. Powerful melee. They still have double heretics to worship it as well. These guys flee. 92 to 307. Overtly sprints back to the north to avoid all these nasty shooty chaos fellas. Double level 4 CSM with the Mark of Zinch. So there's a lot of DPS. Plague Marine trying to cap here. Is there a... There we go. There's a plasma cannon. Maybe they can stop it. Still going in the south though. Paroxysm thrown in on the Terminators. They don't like it, so they teleport away. Did not appreciate that. You guys gonna teleport away as well? Overtly's Terminators getting chased by a Carnifex. Are they gonna back off? What are these heretics doing? Oh, they were trying to repair the Dreadnought and they got all shifted around a bit. Where are the other guys? They are back at base. There's another Dreadnought here. Awesome. Hasn't moved yet. Meanwhile, back to the mid. Nobody can quite grab the VP because of Plasma Cannon time. And Cyclone Missile Launcher as well. Wow. That was impressive damage actually to a single entity hero from that missile launcher. I guess they were getting shot by Storm Bolters as well. Double Terminators for Overtly Gemerous. Another Land Raider on the way for Stuck in quarantine. And Blue Team mount a comeback here. I don't know why they're focusing the south so much. I guess they want that Land Raider down, but they should be worrying a bit more about the VP. Here comes some chaos stuff. Well, more chaos stuff. Can they get the plasma cannon out of there though? Looks like they're being aggressive. Something in the back can cap maybe. There is one way to get rid of it. An Imperial Abyss from, I think, Aeonid. Didn't wipe him, but he gets rid of him. And now they can cap in peace. What's the Lictor Alpha up to? They have Deadly Jump. They found a Techmarine. Knock him down. Down he goes. Did he get a direct hit from a las cannon there? I think maybe. Level 2 Carnifex and a level 1 Carnifex. Both of them need to heal up, which means they may stomp back to base to get that nice percentage base HQ healing. Librarian on the way for Overtly. All they have are double Terminators with double Cyclone Missile Launchers, which pack a punch, as we've seen. Techmarine back to their feet. Overtly levels to 9. It's a big fat heal he's got now. Big shooty match. double autocannon dreadnoughts having a whale of a time under some Nurgle worship. Backing off here now. Down to 70 VPs. The second Land Raider is on the field, but it doesn't mean they can push the mid. Still going to be very difficult. Not sure why these guys are getting so close. I guess they were trying to shoot the plasma cannon. Great Unclean One marches up to it. Does a big cloud of flies stomp. Dreadnoughts getting messed up by Cyclone missile launchers. Big fight here. This is a vital fight as well. Can the blue Space Marine team repel this attack? Great Unclean One taking a bunch of damage. What about the south? Tyranids mixing it up in the southern edge up there. They have got this Land Raider pretty low. Lascannon getting shots in. And those double Terminators are going to get it, and they do get it. It did not last very long, but the first Land Raider is still up. 66, 293. Third Carnifex on the way for Gomer Pyle. They're going to get one of these Dreadnoughts, I think. I mean, it is getting repaired and worshipped, so maybe it's okay. More Terminators coming in. You need to get those Dreadnoughts moving out. As in, moving away. This single Termagant fella still in play. Great Unclean One got very low. Loves that Nurgle worship, though. One of the Dreadnoughts did indeed go down. It was a Cyclone missile launcher shot from the south flank. 54 to 293. Red team holding mid-map authority. What is this? Scouts. I think they're waiting for an opening to get onto the VP. Well, they're creating an opening with sniper shots on those Hormagaunts. Lictor Alpha runs away. Kamikaze heals himself. Big level 7 heal there. These two are very low. And blue team get themselves back onto the VP. There is an Imperial Abisto, I think from Shloopy Business. Great Unclean One's going to fall. Down goes the Dreadnought. Down goes the Great Unclean One. It's now going to explode on death, doing huge amounts of damage to enemies and healing allies. Not sure if anything's going to be close enough to be affected by it. There he goes. Nothing was in the end. This is always a shame. Techmarine falls over. Drop pod. Is that a Venerable? It is. Venerable Dreadnought dropped in. Unique to the Techmarine. Not sure how long it's going to last. But it's going to do some damage. Got a Nurgle Shrine back there. Being worshipped. Get some big healing off it. Can reinforce off it as well if it's worshipped. Venerable Dreadnought trying to charge out. It's very low though. Blessing of Omnisite active, trying to keep it alive. But it's going to go down. There it is. Stoicism activated. Down to 39 VPs. What is going on in the south? The Land Raid is still here. They haven't taken it mid, which is maybe why it's still alive. I say alive. It's still rolling. Shloopy Business lost a lot. They have a single Raptor guy, and their VP's being stolen. They have a Chaos Predator too, which may have not been a great choice because of these double, triple, quadruple Cyclone missile launcher Terminators in play. They can make very short work of a tank. Holding on incredibly well here, the blue team. Scouts getting a very cheeky decap. Well done, Paranoid Kamikaze. Terminators are deep in enemy territory. Going to try and cap here. Maybe? No, they're teleporting away. Well, they're trying to. What are you guys doing? Oh, they were going after that tank. It's almost gone down already. Plague Marines. I don't know if you can do this, fellas. Their plague explosion doesn't heal themselves. It's a travesty. What is this nonsense? Level 7 Plague Champion. Does have the fist. Another Imperial Abyss in there, and that's a good hit, really good hit. Takes out the Apothecary. Terminators, I guess they can't teleport. Or they would have. Just saw some force barrier action. Plague Champion is on capping duty. They can't even get their natural back consistently here. It's a Neurothrope capping. And another tank. This one got Mark of Khorne, right? This one's Mark of Khorne. Needs repairs badly. And this one's unmarked. Apothecary. The Apothecary got murdered by a Carnifex, which is, I mean, it happens. 34-248. Can the red team see this out? Going to see another Mark of Khorne Chaos Predator. Stuck in quarantine gets a Plasma Cannon Dev squad. What are these guys up to? I guess they're still looking to raid that VP. Should they have taken that Land Raider mid? Or is keeping it south what kept it going? Are you both Thornbacks? No. What are you trying to get so close to? They're both Venom Cannon guys. Tank shows up now. Something else for them to worry about. Plasma Cannon gets a really good shot. Somehow that was a rear armor hit. I guess a bit of the splash hit the rear armor. Down to 7 VPs, the blue team, but they are not giving up ever. Look at this. Paranoid raiding the VP again. Cyclones. That could have been way, way worse. If they just waited for the Carnifex to stop and start its melee attacks, they could have probably wiped it out with those double Cyclones. There's now 6 Terminators on the field. Do they all have Cyclone missile launchers? They do. I wonder what the meta pick is, you guys. Carnifex goes down. It is some Heretics capping now. Rippers was spawned probably from a Carnifex. I don't see a Capillary Tower anywhere. What's going on in the mid? It's turning blue, you guys. Can you believe it? Can you Adam and Eve it? You guys worshipping? Nope. Need some worship, fellas. There's Angels of Death from Paranoid Kamikaze, giving his infantry 50% damage resist and some knockback immunity. It doesn't give you full immunity these days, but immunity to weapon knockback at least. Trying to avoid the worst of that Tyranids formation. Terminator's getting very low. I guess the heal's been used already. Are you going to go after him? Nope. Can't believe it's blue in the mid. Look at Paranoid's army now. Land Raider, Tacticals, double Terminators. Another Carnifex on the way for Gomer Pyle. Shloopy business just spamming out tanks again. I don't know if that's the best choice. When they've brought half of the Cyclone missiles in the galaxy with them. There's a Nurgle Shrine. The champion might try to get a decap here, level 8, so they're going for it. Turret thrown up by Stuck in Quarantine. Plasma Cannon. Explodes one of those chosen Plague Marines. Double Cyclones thrown in there. Pestilent Strike is up though. Might need those Terminators to finish the cap maybe. Force Barrier. Knocks them off the cap. Terminator's now on it. And they have another Plague Fist in there for another Pestilent Strike when they need it. Unless it was used already. Can they finish the cap? 7-188. No, they can't. Why did they stop? I don't know how they. I don't know why or how they stopped capping there. They were able to reset it with their Terminators. Very, very cheeky. Is it some kind of pathing thing? Look at this. Paranoid Kamikaze on this VP again. They're going to take out another Carnifex. Get some Gene Stealers or something. They're getting another Neurothrope. I mean, it's very tempting just to get more Carnifexes, but I think double Gene Stealers would scare these Terminators quite a lot. They're going to get a decap. Another Land Raider on the way. Can the blue team do this? Seriously. Look at this. This is why you don't get 3 tanks, Shloopy business. Because of that. If they'd got some Marco Zint CSM, maybe an autocannon or 2, just playing right into the missiles of the blue team by getting tanks. There's a Thorn back, it's quite low though. What's Aeonid up to? Oh, they're reviving someone. They revive the Lictor, takes them to level 9. Paroxysm thrown in. Carnifex piling in as well. They should be able to get that turret down quite quickly. There we go. Chaos Terminators called in. Are those new? Yeah, those are from Shloopy Business and they're capping. And there's your Land Raider. Land Raider number 3. Paranoid is still on the south side. Using it to raid the VP and then retreat back. Awesome play from Paranoid Kamikaze. 7 to 126. A double cap for the blue team. There's Angels of Death. They got the decap on the mid. But they cannot look after their natural. Here comes another Venerable Dreadnought. Just thrown in there to stop the cap. There's a double for blue. These guys backing off. They couldn't finish the cap. Chaos Terminator is getting absolutely decimated now. There's the teleport. Lots of damage on the Venerable Dreadnought, but they might make it out. Double Venom Cannons is quite painful. And now Terminators of Overtly will cap. I think blue team have this. I think they've done it. What a comeback. It's the Space Marine way. Look at the resources Overtly has as well. They could have got a bunch more stuff on the field. Seems like they only want Terminators. Lictor Alpha, level 6. Lone Hunter is active here. Terminators are capping their natural, but can they get to the mid? I mean, Overtly's rolling up onto the power now. They get their natural, 7 to 33. Bloodletter's on the way for Shloopy Business. That's another good shout. Getting all those tanks out was such a huge error. I mean, they don't necessarily know how many of those Terminators are out there. But they knew there was at least 2 with Cyclone missile launchers. That should give you pause before you get tanks. What's this? More Terminators, I guess. Yeah, Overtly just get 4 Terminator squads. Just bring the entire first company. Seven to 9. Lightning Claw Terminator is trying to get on the mid. Venerable Dreadnought says no. But they're insisting. Nope, gets them off it. Noxious Cloud thrown in. And blue team do it with a 2 to 1 cap. Incredible comeback. Overtly Gemerous' Apothecary is level 10. Probably for ages. Had 4 Terminators at the end. Stuck in Quarantine's Techmarine, level 8. Repairing his Dreadnought there. Had the Refractor Field. Kamikaze's Apothecary, level 8. Doing some awesome work on the south side. The Land Raider was pushed up towards the VP at the end. Aeonid Thiel, Plague Champion, level 9. Great Unclean One was on the way. Lictor Alpha, level 6. And a level 4 Plague Champion for Shloopy Business. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you next time.